Good evening. You're watching Beyond the Headlines. I'm Tamanna Inamdar. All citizens are equal in the eyes of the law. Why then should that equality not be extended to a woman who is married? As a married woman, why should you or I not have the same protection against rape as our unmarried sisters? Should an Indian woman be penalized or treated differently just because she is married? These are the issues that women's rights activists and legal experts have been raising in the long fight to recognize and punish marital rape. Today, the Delhi High Court delivered a split verdict on this. The two-member bench had differing views, and the Supreme Court will now listen to the case. But first, let's tell you what the question before the court was. Section 375 of the Indian Penal Code protects against rape, that is, sex without the woman's consent. There is an exception to this, however, that exempts non-consensual sex with a woman if a man is married to her and she is above the age of 15. Petitioners had moved the court to get rid of this exemption. The question of whether a married man has committed rape if he forces his wife to have sex with him, though, is not merely a legal one. Yes, it's in the courts are deliberating about it, but it has to be seen in the Indian cultural context where marriage is considered sacred and the family unit is a building block of society. Protecting a woman from rape committed by her husband is perhaps that's why an area where lawmakers fear to tread. The central government in 2017 said it would disrupt the institution of marriage. It has since changed its position and said it wants a wider consultative process and will talk to states about it. But meanwhile, this split verdict has come in. Now, why is it this? An Indian woman is expected to be obedient to her husband. So the question is, how can she refuse him anything, even if it's sex? So why has forced sex within a marriage been given legal sanction for so long? The basis is the concept of consent in perpetuity. This is the assumption that on marriage, a woman gives consent held by her husband forever, which she cannot then retract. There are other arguments like, will any exception be misused by women? What would it do to the institution of family and marriage, etc.? Also, if the thinking is that the purpose of marriage is to have children, how can a woman not fulfill her duty and obligation that includes having sex? And this thinking is widespread. As per a 2011 UN report, only 52 of 179 countries surveyed have clear legislation criminalizing marital rape. So even today, when women are treated equal in law on all fronts, the right and protection of the law against rape eludes us once married. But let me go across to the experts today on the show to understand the nuances of this issue, which is perhaps not as black and white as it may seem.